Now, if they
That's
both had concussions, do you think they bonked heads?
That was what I was
head bonk.
thinking, that they collided.
Welcome to Court Captain's Volleyball Podcast.
Where we talk all things Major League Volleyball.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Ian, and today we're talking Nikki's trip to Omaha and how she's just a huge fan now.
It's
But
true.
first, a message from our sponsor. This episode of Court Captains is brought to you by Volley, which is an app. Apps that you get on your phone. You may have folders of the apps. I have a specific sports folder on my phone. That is where the Volley app lives. If you haven't downloaded yet, go download it, put it in your sports folder next to ESPN and your fantasy apps, because on there you can get scores, you can get highlights, you can get fantasy for volleyball, you get match recap stuff, you get content like podcasts, which obviously you're interested in, and lots of other stuff, including the Daily Grid that Nikki is on the leaderboard for in some place. So, go take her down. And you can find the Volley app at playvolley.com/courtcaptains, playvolley.com/courtcaptains for the Volley app.
Sick. Nailed it.
Wonderful.
All right. Let's jump in to news. I can't remember how much I talked about this last week, if we knew about this, but all those transactions that went through on March 30th,
Yeah.
did you know that that's because that was the transactions deadline?
No, and I don't think we knew that until
An announcer said it, like
yes,
offhand.
yes. Yeah, someone said it in the Reddit.
Yep. So I got it confirmed that the 30th was the final day that any team could make signings. I'm wondering if there will be any, like if they do in a month and a half, because we're still far away from the end of season. I don't know how this kind of thing works in other sports, Ian. Can you sign someone new all the way up until the last game?
I mean, it depends. There's a lot of weird rules about, there's the trade deadline obviously, but then most leagues have a deadline for adding a player that then can be on your postseason roster. So
Mm-hmm.
technically, I guess right now there's 5 games left in hockey. You could add someone, but they wouldn't be able to play in the playoffs for you. So
Okay,
it's very convoluted.
I see. Well, when we're still 5 weeks away from playoffs, so this day, though, this is only a couple days up from last year. It was the first couple days of April last year, so
Yeah,
it's not that different.
feels familiar.
Yeah. But essentially, I don't know if there would ever be any kinds of exceptions if there are more injuries, but that I don't have information about. But my understanding is that the 30th was the final day. No more signings from there. And people who you sign take a roster spot. So that explains a little bit of, I looked more into some of the abroad leagues. They still have a few weeks of their season, especially if they're going playoffs. The teams that
Sure.
aren't going to make playoffs, they still have a couple weeks here. So the trade-off there is that you could sign someone who's currently playing abroad who probably won't make playoffs. Seems like Carter Booth. And that's taking a roster spot. So
Yeah, and they won't be here for a while still.
and they might not be here until playoffs, but at least you signed them. They seem to agree, and they will be joining at some point. So that's why we've seen some signings. It could be why we've seen some signings and we haven't seen those people join yet, because they might still have 1, 2, 3 weeks of their season before they join. Now, will that mean that we'll have a Stephanie Samity situation from from Omaha from year one, where she signed on April 22nd and then joined for the playoffs? Sort of. It's just that they would have had to agree with those players way in advance that they would come play ahead of time. Anyway, I think it makes sense.
I feel like the rules are kind of fast and loose, and they're kind of figuring out as they go, which is why they haven't ever announced anything. But also I think in years past they have announced what the trade deadline was, or at least it was on the transactions page, at the bottom
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
But they're
Somewhere
kind
we
of
could dig.
we'll see, especially with the
Yeah,
new with
whatever.
the salary cap. That changes things too. So
Right. You have to have that space. It also makes me wonder, again, I think I've wondered this before, but we've never heard confirmation. If you're on injury reserve, does that contribute to your cap space? I would hope not. But then that team is paying more people,
Right.
Yeah.
which I
Well,
like.
yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Pay the injured players, but like I want to know the ins and outs of
Yeah.
how that contributes to cap space, etc. So if you know, email us at corecapitanspod@gmail.com. The last thing on this topic that I wanted to mention is that we seem to be really good at jinxing on this podcast,
Yeah.
for good and for bad. Like I don't, actually mostly for good. I think mostly we say like, so that's not going well,
This
and then
person, yeah. And then
the
Brooke
next
hits
week,
over 300.
then Brooke gets over 300, or Omaha's on their losing streak, and we're like, man, it's not going well, and then they figure it out. Like this is like a good kind of jinx that we do, but we did do it for Carter Booth. Because I came on this podcast and said she got signed, she's been playing in Italy, and she's never played. And she had a day this weekend. Like she had like a ton of points, a lot of kills for her team in Italy. So
Oh, girl.
that's great. I just wanted to correct myself there. And like maybe you're welcome. I'm just kidding.
Bulletin board material,
So, players, listen in. If we talk about you, it might mean good things are happening in your future.
We're shorting our own stuff in the betting markets.
Yeah.
We're a magic 8-ball. Okay, injury things. Honestly, the only injury things that I noticed and paid attention to this week were in Omaha. So if you remember anything, please advise. So last week, Janice Leao was out. She was out again this week. She still had her glasses on, and I'm pretty sure they said something it had happened with her eye. But we heard live from Coach that she'll be back next week. But that was a bummer for Omaha because they needed some middle strength this weekend, and they didn't have Janice, who's been very strong for them lately. But hopefully she'll be back next week. Additionally, Sydney Hilly and Sarah Parsons were not dressed in like full uniform gear, but they were dressed in like shorts and sneakers, and they warmed up. Not swinging and setting warm-ups, but they like peppered at the beginning of that match, but then they did not play at all. And tip from listener Hannah had a good hypothesis that they're probably on concussion protocol.
Yeah, that makes
Would
sense.
they let them warm up though?
I think if there's no really hard swings, they're like, you can move around a little bit.
Sure. The only thing also though is like in their match versus Atlanta, like Sydney did play.
Did
But-
Sarah also?
No. But Sydney played in a set, but she
At the
sat the
beginning.
rest of the time. Yeah.
See, and like, was there any kind of,
She played in the second set, so she didn't even play in the
Yeah,
first.
she
So
didn't
it's like
start.
so it's like
but couldn't it have happened like in the practice between games?
Yeah, sure.
sure.
And I
know.
also
It
don't
seems
know
like some
how
kind of
how
injury.
strict how
To
strict
not
their
dress.
protocol is.
To not dress seems like an injury thing. But
And if it's not concussion, then maybe it was something that was bothering her in that game against Atlanta that got worse.
now if they
Yes.
both had concussions, do you think they bonked heads?
That was what I was
Head bonk.
thinking, that they collided. That they collided
And they
somehow.
went, whoa!
Oh no.
Like cartoon
Not a
characters.
cartoon.
Three
sound.
Stooges.
But Coach said that he thought they would both be back next week as well.
Okay.
He was like, none of these are season ending. That's it.
Oh, so then, yeah, not probably not. I don't know. Concussions are kind of like we don't know when they'll be back.
Yeah, but
be very-
if you, I feel like now they have these tests, and if you like test fine, and you're like, I'm fine, they're like, you still need, we're gonna do 1 week to make sure nothing happens
Yeah.
again, because
Yeah.
it's the like time between if you hit and then you hit again really soon.
Yeah.
That's like bad outcomes. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
yeah.
Well, and I also don't know like how strict, if they were in protocol, like how strict the league gets in terms of like they can't even be on the floor or they can't be in warm-ups versus just they're not allowed to play.
Yeah, I don't know the answers to that either, and it might not have even been concussion if Hilly was in a little bit on against Atlanta. I watched that game, and for what I just like thought that Brooke Mosher did so well that I'm forgetting that Sydney was in. So my bad. Any other injury things that you noticed?
No, I think they said like Cologne on the Fury got moved to the list, but
Oh yeah, season ending.
yeah.
That's right. I had a feeling that was where she was headed.
Yeah.
And that was a big bummer for Columbus because she could have really kept growing this year and made an impact. But I hope she gets better. That college season to this season transition is difficult.
Yeah.
All right. I have Omaha updates. Additionally, did everyone see that Omaha got a mascot?
Yes.
I would love to know what you think about it because I was there at the grand unveiling. There was a lot of pomp and circumstance. It was like a really big moment.
It was very well timed with the Artemis 2 rocket launch.
Mm-hmm.
So that was exciting. Everyone's very into space right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, what was Starla?
Starla is
Starla.
the name.
Nice.
Would have liked a crowdsourced name adventure. I think that would have been fun.
I think
Well,
they
and it
had that
is
name for a
like
long time
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and it
from
is
season
like
one.
the mode of the freaky, like gritty
Yeah. It's
Philadelphia
cute.
Flyers mascot. It's
Yeah.
kind of Teletubby-ish, but
Hmm.
hairier.
Very hairy,
Sort of
multicolored.
Sully from Monsters Inc. vibes.
Yep.
And we like that. We like Monsters Inc.
Yeah. We're a
Yeah.
pretty pro Monsters Inc. podcast.
Yeah.
I would say that another thing that maybe you didn't notice on television was that its antenna have stars on the top of it.
Mm,
And then it can take the antenna off its head and
detachable.
use it to,
Hype.
add a little something in the hype.
Wow.
That's
So
pretty
that's
intense.
interesting.
It's like actually kind
Um,
of fun and cool.
Insider knowledge, if you're curious, I asked some questions and I got some answers. So there are companies that specialize in making mascots.
I'm
Does
sure.
Like the
anyone want to?
uniform, like the actual suit.
Yeah. Does
Okay.
anyone want to venture a guess at how much money one of these will set you back?
100 grand.
That is really steep. It's less than that.
20,000.
30 grand.
Ian nailed it, and then Kelly did. This one was in the range of 20 to 30.
I'm gonna have to take out a loan and get
Get
one
you guys
designed.
on. Get you guys on the prices right over here.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you killed it. So that's about what it cost, and they've been working on this for a long time. The Omaha team, they had a lot of brainstorming. The company had like 10 iterations for them.
Wow. She's
Testing,
cute.
yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Well, and
I
I
think
feel
it's
like,
fun.
Yeah.
maybe you can save like Pepper for the Ignite. We love Pepper. I can't imagine that's a 20,000. It's mostly just the head. And then it's just kind of a human body.
Yeah, the hair has to
Human
cost
body,
more.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
like
removable-
full body fur.
Batons, the removable batons, that's extra too.
What about Val the Valkyrie, whom I
Oh.
recently learned is a male, we think.
Oh.
A Valkyrie is not a male, but Val the Valkyrie is because Val the Valkyrie went on a promotion sponsored shopping trip to a male
See,
clothing store.
That one's weird too because like
They're
Imagine
just
wearing
taking
a
what they're taking what
Just
they can
have like
get,
yeah, just have a strong woman dress up and be
Right.
like, that's what a Valkyrie is. Like you don't need a big puffy suit for that.
I mean, the thing is, though, if Val's a woman Valkyrie mascot, she can shop at male clothing stores. That's fine.
Sure.
True.
But it was a little confusing. But that is a big head.
It's a very
That feels
large
more
head.
mascot-y, but it still is kind of a human body.
Yeah.
Not very much hair.
So, all right. So we got Val, Pepper, Starla. What's Rise's?
Isn't it Ember?
Ember, for
Ember.
sure.
I got there. We've
Is
had
that all we
this
got?
before. I feel like the Columbus Fury unveiled one recently, very recently. Lumi the Lightning Bug.
Yeah, because Atlanta doesn't have one.
Yeah,
The vibe, there's no vibe.
she's like got legs too. Like legs
The-
and shoes and
The
knee
lightning
pads.
bug?
Yeah, she's very crafted after Pepper. A lightning bug head and a
Okay.
human-esque body. I mean, the fact
Yeah.
that these mascots are wearing knee pads, can we see some
my
first contacts from them? Can we see some dives?
Some serves.
I'm just saying the knee pads. That's pretty.
Oh, I remember this now. Okay. I finally
It's pretty
found it
new.
on their Instagram.
It's new.
Lumi the Lightning Bug is an interesting one because it's just like, what?
She's
In what way is that Fury or Furious? I guess it doesn't matter.
I think it's just Columbus fun.
yeah. What if Pulse is like a
Just an EKG
Yeah,
monitor.
like a monitor or
Well,
a like
Columbus.
blood pressure cuff.
Yeah. I know
What are those things
Columbus,
that clear? And you,
or
Yeah,
just
one
an
of those.
anatomical
Those.
heart. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I know Columbus, like their hockey team is the Blue Jackets,
Mm-hmm.
but their mascot is a bee.
Oh, so maybe we're going theme.
Connecting with
It's
them.
just, yeah, it's all bees.
Well, a lightning bug.
Whatever. It's close enough.
It's not a bee, Ian.
It flies around.
Okay, it's an insect.
It's an
Yeah.
insect.
All right, so I went to that mascot
Yeah.
unveiling. It was fun. Other things I wanted to mention. Everyone should go to an Omaha game. There were 9,000 people there.
It's pretty fun.
We knew it was cool, but it's very cool to be present.
Did we know it was cool? Did you know it was cool?
I did know it was cool. I've said that
I
lots
feel
of
like
times.
I feel like you were a hater. And now
I was a hater of
you
some things,
are-
but not the environment
And
in
all
that
it
gym. It
took-
looked cool.
Yeah, all it took was them allowing you into the building.
And giving
You're
me a
on
really
board.
good seat and a
Yeah.
laminated name placard.
Yeah.
We love a laminated name placard.
And here are other things that I noticed about that arena that was really cool. The best big screen layout that I've seen at any of these games, like, had a lot of very relevant stats, had how many challenges were up there left for
Nice.
each team, had like hitting percentage, number of kills per player. Like, it was like a very volleyball centric. People who designed it were volleyball people.
You know what
know?
that tells me is that, yeah, they hired people who know volleyball. Whereas, like, I think a lot of these facilities they have who they have from
Whoever's there.
the hockey team that also plays there.
Right. Well, and maybe they aren't necessarily. I think that generally in Nebraska, like, people know volleyball and that sport better.
Yeah.
Like, everyone plays it that I talk to, plays like it's casually in some way. Like, it's just very popular.
Yeah.
And I think that even if they didn't hire people who expressly know it or have played it a lot themselves, they at least consulted the right people. Like,
Yeah.
there was someone making a decision who, like,
were
knew that that's
thoughtful.
what needed to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So loved that. And that kind of energy was sort of like everywhere. Like with all of the little details, things seemed very volleyball focused.
Cool.
So that was great.
Did you go to like a post-match press conference?
So I missed the Indy press conference because we were doing some volley sponsored interviews. But then
Shout
I
out to
made
Volley.
it to shout out to Volley. But then and those will be on our TikTok soon. So
Nice.
keep a lookout this week. But then we went to the Supernovas press conference. And thank you for asking this question, because I do have opinions that I forgot to write down on the agenda, and I have more to say. I don't feel great about this head coach. And
Which I think we have expressed doubts in the past.
well, so like on screen, the body language isn't amazing.
Quick note from Ian here. In between recording this episode and actually getting it edited and put out, the Omaha coach was fired. So I don't know if this segment is Nikki being prescient or just Nikki kind of being good at reading the vibes. But yeah, just thought I'd hop in and say that this has been resolved, but we're leaving it in because it's a good time.
They're in person. He's yelling in the middle of the point at his players to do things differently, or like that they did something badly. He's shouting while the ball was in the air. That's not my favorite approach. I don't think that a lot of other coaches are doing that.
Yeah.
It seems to make everybody very off kilter. Like, it's not positive yelling in between. I guess I should clarify.
Yeah.
It's critical, loud,
Yeah.
very close to the
like-
court.
These players are in the middle of playing and they have to like take feedback and process it and change it in the middle of a play.
Yeah, and it's like you already did the thing that
Right.
you messed up. So like you got to like think about the next thing you're supposed to do while processing the thing you just did, and like the next time it happens, I've only had a couple coaches like this. I've never found it extremely helpful.
Yeah.
I can play a few parts of the press conference because we took video and audio of it. Essentially, like, there were some other people in the Omaha press conference asking questions about Like you had a lot of people injured and missing, and so you had to rely on your bench a lot. And he just like he cut him off and was like, "So what?" in a very Eastern European kind of way. He was just like, "It doesn't matter. We have to be better." Like it was very intense.
I want to start with you because you missing 3 players that have been starting.
So what?
I mean, when did you kind of know that and make the adjustments?
We knew that throughout the week. We lost a couple in a day. We lost Janice before that. We knew we were going to have them out for some time. Luckily, it's not season-ending injuries. They're going to join us. We're happy. But we have a team of 14. And who's not here is not here. And everybody else needs to step up and perform. So I never looked for excuses that somebody was not available for us to play. Everybody on this team wants to play, wants to compete, get a shot. That was a great opportunity for some of them. And I think we did a wonderful job in Atlanta. Not such a wonderful job tonight.
I was in there like, whoa, it does not matter.
Well, and it is funny, just
cares?
like, if they were good, it just plays so differently. Like if they're in the Indy situation where they're 16-4, like being kind of a bitchy coach is like people are like, wow, he's so no nonsense,
Making it happen.
Right.
and they're just winning.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't. But yeah, when they're struggling a little bit more, it just is abrasive. It comes off as so much more abrasive than it would.
And it's like, okay, so I actually really enjoyed sitting at the perspective that I had because I had both coaches. Like I could see both of them and then they switched so I could see them a little closer. And like now this is the second time that I've seen Indy's coach live. Bertolacci is like also as close to the court as Luka is. And she is serious. She
On the
is
pad.
intense. She didn't have the iPad except at the
What?
very, very end of this one. On the handheld iPad.
My God.
She is so serious. Her face is visibly annoyed when anyone makes any mistake, mistake. And it could be like things that they're working on. I'm sure that it is.
Sure.
And she
Or
also
just
is
her making a
calling-
mental note to bring that up later.
Well, it's really just that like her expectations are extremely high. Like, don't tip easy balls when I told you to swing away. Right? She's not saying these things, but I can just imagine like her annoyances are based on having extremely high expectations, which is a vibe that I got from her at the press conference, is that she does not care how many wins they've had. She cares about the wins to come. She was the exact same when they were up 8 points as when they were tied. Like her body language and her expectations are the same. She wants to get in and get out and like do the job. And so I just think that's a very, like they may both have similar perspectives on that, but they execute it very differently. She doesn't open her mouth while the ball's in the air. She says things in between points. And some of it is very physical. Like she told Mia at one point that she needed to keep closing her hips to set the ball the appropriate distance off the net for Ajani. Like she was like, your hips are still open and you're setting too tight. You have to close your hips to the outside and go over your shoulder. Like she's still saying very like things that I might expect were more practice perspective, like on trying to fix your body.
Like, like a little too, like, very, very technical
Instead of strategic, but
Yeah.
who knows like how often they've had that conversation before about that specific technical
Right.
thing. And so she's, I don't think that it's like brush with a broad stroke there, but anyway, I just like, they may have similar opinions, but very different executions.
Yeah.
I think that he also spoke at the beginning and had his like, usually they like you sit down and the coach talks first and gives some of their feedback before any questions or their observations before any questions. And he was just like, obviously not the outcome we wanted. I don't know. You guys saw it. You got any questions? Like, like you were there. Like he was not happy.
Yeah, congratulations to Indy. They took care of business. With this win, they tied the series. So it's a good reminder that we beat them twice. So that means we can play some good volleyball. because they're a really good volleyball team. But that was not the case tonight. Thank you again to our fans, nearly 9,000 or just under 9,000 loyal fans showed up. I wish we would give them a little bit more than just an hour and a half, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't have much to say. Performance speaks for itself. If you were here, you saw it, you know what the answers are. So maybe questions for athletes.
But they were shorthanded. They did not pass well. They only had one setter. Brooke Mosher could really only set the pins. I watched a set and a half, and I don't think she got one pass and maybe only 2 digs that were close enough to the net that she could use a middle.
Mm.
It was a messy time. Additionally, no one asked about passing, including me. I didn't want to ask questions to that coach. I didn't feel like it would be very productive. But the guy who runs Volleyball State, which is a podcast usually about NCAA, but he also does like a lot of tweeting about the Supernovas, he was asking like a lot of questions. He didn't ask about serve receive or about like any individual's performance really. But I couldn't help but notice live that Reagan Cooper had about this much space to cover in serve receive. Brooke and Elena took half the court and like Reagan had this much. And Mia especially, but really any server would just like still find her.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
And
they're professionals.
21 attempts on the stat sheet, I think, passing.
And she was
24%
taking up,
positive.
thank you. And she was taking up, I'm not kidding you, just outside of her body. She got aced one time. It was on the line. like she could have. So
I feel like that we're getting into like it's a mental block.
Which
at this
I'm
point.
like, is this the coach for you?
Yeah.
There was no other option for them. But I feel like at this point, if I was Brooke and Elena, I would just tell her to release and we'll do it. The two of us.
Like show that
But
you're gonna be there.
they never did that. And you know, if Luka's gonna yell things while the game is going, yell that she should just release.
Yeah.
And then have it be a 2-passer serve receive.
Yeah.
Anyway, those were feelings that I had. The press conference for us was Brooke Mosher and Merritt Beeson, who Merritt came in midway through the match and really made a great impact, like had good energy.
Nice.
Like gave them a bit of a second chance. She swung really well on very tight sets.
I mean, they didn't hit awful. I mean, we can talk about it more later, but they didn't hit awful, but Indy just hit way better.
Yeah.
Because I just think their defense, Omaha's defense was not what it needed to be.
But also Indy put together like a great variety of attacks. They mixed up their shots so well.
Yeah.
They knew exactly who was where and who to go after on their defense.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess that's it on Omaha. We can go to the Scorner and then talk more volleyball
Just
games if you want.
real quick, more generally, how did you feel about Omaha, the city? Had you ever been there before?
Oh, I had never been to Omaha before. Don't think. Their airport's really under construction.
Oh.
Like a lot. I think there were like 6 gates open.
How many are normally open?
Like 20. We looked it up.
Okay.
And I thought it was really fun. I ate good food. Shout out to Ryan from Volley, who we had dinner with.
Oh,
shout out to our friend Hannah, who we had beers with. It was really good.
Nice.
I thought that it was extremely cold, but sunny. I didn't spend that much. I was there for 28 hours. So had some good food. We walked in places where Ian doesn't think it was good.
I don't know. Was it sushi?
It wasn't sushi. We were across, our hotel was across the street from that sushi place.
That is so funny that I'm like, yeah, I've been there. I've eaten
Been to
there.
that exact place.
That one. It was right across the street from us. Yeah, the downtown is very under construction as well. It seems like a lot's going on, in terms of the municipality of it all. But beyond that, really good. Really good stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
I think we should all go back.
I would love to.
Everyone I talked to was like, "You
Yeah.
have to stay for longer.
Yeah.
Come when there's a double header, like on a Thursday, Saturday." You
My
know what I
cousin
didn't
lives there
do?
and
Oh,
she would like totally take us everywhere we need to go.
amazing. The other thing I didn't do was there was a Love Nebraska game that night, and I could have gone to both.
That would have been
Oh,
funny.
It wasn't even on my radar.
yeah.
You're just heckling
But can you imagine if
in
I
the
was there?
stands.
This is horrible.
Oh
I think it
gosh.
was like Jordan Larson's last career game. I should have gone,
Oh
honestly.
yeah. I think I saw that on
Didn't think about it.
social meds.
Didn't even occur to me.
So schmids.
Wow.
I think
Cool.
we gotta go. I mean, it was like
Yeah.
that good of a volleyball experience.
I know I think at the beginning of this you were like, everyone go to Omaha, go to the game. Everyone go to any game anywhere.
Yeah.
They're really fun.
Hmm.
They
And
are.
volleyball
Any game
live
anywhere.
is so much better than on TV because you get to sit at a better angle.
Yeah.
How many
No,
times can I bring this up?
please do it more.
Okay.
We
That was
need one of
amazing.
the like NFL sky cams that's just kind of like
Oh, yeah.
hovering on cables above the floor.
Yeah, they got the budget for
Mhm.
that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang one
They
off
must.
the jumbotron,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
looking directly down.
Also, if you come to games where we're at, when we're at the games, we'll give you stickers. We just got
We got
we got a
new
brand new batch of
stickers.
stickers,
New batch.
literally delivered today. Has some updated colors. You can get a nice little zoom
That's
in
a
on
great.
that.
Whoa.
They look good, right?
Yeah, they look
Sweet
perfect.
color gradient.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. Nikki
I'm pumped.
did great. So also, we'll still send you them if you email us.
Totally. Email us your address. We'll put them in the mail.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ian, is it your turn?
Scorner. And
we'll
also,
do it.
well, real quick, snack
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah,
today.
what's
We
the
got some more
snack today?
Cadbury eggs.
More
'Cause
Cadbury
Easter.
eggs. All right. The
My
leftover
mother-in-law
Easter
gave
candy.
me the big Costco bag of them, and I think I'm going to be
Nice.
sick, but I can't stop eating them. So
Ian Scorner.
All
hit us with
right.
the Scorner.
Well, the perfect snack
us.
for this Scorner. This week we're back to a full week of games, and it began on Thursday, April 2nd, Omaha at Atlanta on the Roku channel. This was one of those things Nikki was talking about earlier, where we kind of jinx a team, and me and Kelly were like, Atlanta? Probably playoff bound, and then they got just crushed this week. It was bad. So they lost to Omaha. The two teams traded 25 to 15 sets. I feel like that's a pretty rare thing. The first set, Omaha won 26 to 24, then they won 25-15, lost the third 15 to 25, and then won 25 to 19. Emily Londot led the way in this one. She took more than 50 swings, including 20 swings in the fourth set alone. She finished with 22 kills at 358. Elena Ogilvy had a great game defensively. Passed over 62% positive, 32 digs. This one was a really good Brooke Mosher game. 51 assists, 11 digs, 5 kills at 444, and a block in there. And Brooke added 12 kills at 171 with a block and an ace. Passed pretty well too, but still a little under 200. She had that better game Nikki was talking about later in the week. For the vibe, they ended hitting 194 to Omaha's 241, led by Echo Jones and Leah Edmond, both of who had 15 kills at over 240. Jones had an ace and 4 blocks as well, and Edmond had a block and 16 digs. Phoebe Awalaya, another good game, 5 blocks, 7 kills at 353, but outside of that, couldn't find much consistency offensively. Then, Friday, April 3rd, the San Diego Mojo at the Columbus Fury on YouTube. San Diego started after the break very fast, beating the Fury in a sweep in Ohio, 26-24, 25-21, 25-20. Really close first set in this one. Actually, I remember there was a big challenge. I think the Fury were about to have match point. Mojo challenged for a block touch. They got match point instead. Went on to win the set. So that was exciting. Grace Loberg led the way, 13 kills at 367 and 2 aces. Marin Grout had 3 blocks and 5 kills at 556 with an ace. And Marley Monserrat had a really nice one, an ace, 3 kills, 7 digs, 32 assists. Columbus really couldn't get rolling in this one. 192 to the Mojo's 212, but Akasha Anderson had a nice match, hitting 318, 10 kills. but she struggled passing with 5 errors. Raina Terry led the team in kills with 12 at 171, along with 4 blocks and an ace. Also on Friday, Dallas Pulse at Grand Rapids on YouTube. Dallas lost the first set but came back to win in 4 in a pretty close match. They lost that first one 22-25 and then won 25-22, 25-23, 26-24. The Pulse took the win and narrowly hit a better than the Rise, 250 to 213. I blocked them 14-10. They also had 16 service errors and 11 hitting errors. The Rise had a little bit fewer, but it was close there too. Mimi Collier had 18 kills at 298, an ace, 4 blocks. Sofia Maldonado Diaz had 18 kills at 167. Or 176, I should say, with 2 aces and a block. And NVA had 4 kills and a block, along with her 14 her 14 digs and 43 assists. Kaylee Cox also added 9 kills at 227 with a block. On the other side, Paige Briggs-Romine led the Rising kills with 15, but only hit 158. Allison Mayfield did a lot of work defensively. She passed the ball 43 times. 60% positive, had 11 kills at 121 with 2 blocks as well. Elizabeth Inna had another good game at 12 kills, hit about 240 and a block, and Berkeley Oblad had 8 kills at 429. Alyssa Jensen also had 5 blocks, along with her 5 kills at 286. And then Saturday, game we mentioned already, Indy Ignite at Omaha Supernovas on the Scripps Sports Network. Indy, like Kelly said earlier, just too much offensively for Omaha. They won 25-21, 25-19, 25-21. Great games all down the line for Indy. Anna DeBeer had 16 kills at 361 block. Ajani Taylor had 13 kills at 429. Mia Tuaninga added a couple aces to her 37 assists and 9 digs, and Lekator had 10 kills at 381. Kara Cressy had 5 kills at 714 with 3 blocks as well, so that's pretty good. For Omaha, we saw Brooke have her best game in a while, which has to feel good. She had 10 kills at 320, passed well. Like I said earlier, Reagan Cooper did not pass well, but did have 11 kills at 296. Nikki already mentioned Merritt Beeson having a pretty good game too. She had 5 kills, ace, couple blocks. And Emily Londot, rarity this season, but struggled. She had 4 kills at 83. Also, the same day, Saturday, Orlando Valkyries at Atlanta Vibe, the other part of Atlanta, losing again. Orlando recovered after losing the first and took down the Vibe in 4 sets. They lost 23-25 and then won 25-16, 25-17, 25-22. A couple really big sets in the middle of this one on the way to the win for Orlando, led by Charity Looper's 22 kills at 308, over 50 swings for her on the match. Brittany Abercrombie had 16 kills at 289. Really awesome to see her both start and finish the game in this one. Natalie Foster had another really good game as well. 12 kills at 545, 5 blocks, and 4 aces. So pretty awesome. Zoe Weatherington also had good match off the bench. 6 kills at 500 with an ace and a couple blocks too. Atlanta hit 151 in this match compared to Orlando's 287. But Iko Jones had another nice game. 20 kills at 308 with a block, but the team struggled behind her. Leah Edmond had 12 kills at 109 with a couple blocks and a couple aces. Taylor Smith had 2 blocks, but finished hitting negative 136 with 3 kills. Jackie Moore came off the bench to have a nice game too. 4 kills and a block. Hit 571. And then Sunday, April 5th, Grand Rapids Rise at Columbus Fury on Vice TV. Columbus totally turned it around after halftime and won in the reverse sweep. So that's 2 of their last 3 home games they've won now. One of our defensive battles, as we like to say. The Fury hit 188 and the Rise hit 153. The 2 teams combined for 36 hitting errors. But you take the wins however you can find them. So Columbus gets it. Raina Terry had double the swings of anyone else on the Fury. She had 64 swings and finished with 25 kills at 234. Couple blocks too. Reagan Pittman Nelson had 10 kills at 450 with 2 blocks, and Audrey Pack had 4 kills at 500 with a couple blocks as well, along with her 16 digs and 42 assists. Toiled for a few of the sets, but they hit really well in the third and the fifth. On the other side, the Rise really struggled offensively, but Hattie Bray had a good game. 7 kills at 353 with 4 blocks off the bench. Berkeley Oblad played well as well. 9 kills at 261 with a block, and Paige Briggs-Romine led the team with 17 kills at 130, along with a block and a couple aces. Elizabeth Nina and Allison Mayfield combined for 21 kills, but they also combined to hit around 50, so not the best. But the Rise won those first 2 sets despite hitting pretty poorly, and then just continued to hit kind of around the same level and couldn't find a way to find that 3rd set win. All right, also same day, Sunday, last game of the week. Dallas Pulse at San Diego Mojo on Roku channel. Another 5-setter saw the Mojo narrowly avoid the second reverse sweep of the day against Dallas. They won 25-19, 26-24 in the first 2 sets, and then lost 23-25, 25-27, and then in the 5th, won 15-11 to finish the game off. They won this match, the Mojo did, despite being narrowly out-hit by Dallas, 217 to 206, led by Maya Tabron, 17 kills at 208 with 3 blocks. Maren Grote, another good game. That's a pretty regular thing now. 11 kills at 304 with an ace and 2 blocks. And Morgan Lewis came into the game in the second, finished with 13 kills at 394. Another good Marley Monserrat game. 60 assists, 13 digs, 6 kills at 667. Pretty nice. Grace Loberg had over 40 swings, 10 kills, an ace, and a block, but hit under 100 for the match. The Pulse really close to turning this one around and finding the win, but couldn't get over the hill in the 5th set. Mimi Collier led the way with a pretty insane 76 swings for the match. So that's, I have to imagine that's up there for most attempts on the year for anyone. She had 24 kills at 250 with 3 blocks and 14 digs. Kaylee Cox, good game as well, 16 kills at 302. Another 14 digs for her as well. 60% positive in passing. Caitlin Horde also had 6 kills at 455 with a couple blocks. In the end, just couldn't find the floor in the 5th set. They hit 125 to the Mojo's 286 in that set to end the game. That was the week.
Sweet.
Big win. That was big wins for Mojo.
Yeah.
Because
Keeping them alive.
yeah, I mean, let's talk about the standings. We got
I mean, they are
Indy.
just the Mojo being 2 games ahead of Atlanta.
Yeah,
It's pretty crazy.
yeah. We got Indy 16-4, Dallas 16-6. So Dallas has played 2 more matches than Indy. Omaha's 11-11. San Diego's 10-10. But those are the top 4 right now. Orlando went down to 5th at 10-11. Atlanta's 8-12. Grand Rapids 7-14, and Columbus 5-15. Yeah, Mojo. I wouldn't be surprised if Marley gets the Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Duh.
Couple pretty giant games.
Yeah.
She did great.
Yeah.
Well, so Indy and Dallas are like in. Like they're
Yeah, did you
I
do
think
the
is,
math?
Like, well, here's the thing. I
Yeah, where's
forgot to
the
do
Excel
math.
sheet?
I forgot to do the Excel sheet, but the thing is, we have friends in the Discord who did it. So
Oh,
thanks, Elvis.
that works too.
And it's a couple things. There's like a standard playoff probability chart that's just like, they have this many games left and that's what it is. And then there's also like he created a probability chart that takes into account strength of schedule.
Sure.
And like that you're playing, you're basically assigning values to people who have won more. And essentially, it would be really hard for Indy and Dallas to not make it. I don't know if on paper they are 100% in, but they're pretty much in. So now it's about those final 2 spots. When you look at like just pure standard odds, which like sometimes I prefer that because of the parity. Anybody can beat anybody and it keeps happening. And you think that like someone who's going to play Columbus a bunch, Grand Rapids, should be able to win all of those. But sometimes they don't. So
Like this week.
if you don't take that into consideration, Omaha is 76%. Orlando is 52%, San Diego's 44%, Atlanta's 20%, Grand Rapids is 5%. But if you take into consideration the fact that Grand Rapids still has to play Columbus 3 times.
So they haven't played at all year?
They've played them once.
And that once was
And that was this week.
Yesterday?
I think, right? Was that the one that got delayed or no? Or
one of them did. But that's crazy.
Yeah. So they still have to play them 3 times. And then they also have to play Mojo, Vibe, Orlando, Omaha. They're done playing Dallas. And they have to play
Sorry,
Indy once.
who? Rise
Grand
or
Rapids I'm talking about.
Grand Rapids? Okay.
Yeah. Grand Rapids has, yeah, that whole group. Atlanta's also done playing Dallas, but they have Indy twice. Omaha once, Orlando once, Mojo once, Grand Rapids once, Columbus twice. There's still a lot of game left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Omaha's done playing Indy. They ended up splitting 2-2, I think, on the season. They still have Dallas twice. Done playing
games.
Mojo. And then everybody else once. Orlando and Mojo play each other 2 more times. Other than
Ooh,
that, it's
that'll-
kind of spread out.
That'll decide a lot, actually.
Yeah,
But wait,
right.
sorry, you said Omaha just has to play Dallas.
Dallas twice. Orlando, Atlanta, Grand Rapids, Columbus all once. So they're pretty spread out there. I mean, there's still a lot of spread. There's only a couple that are
Yeah.
finished.
They were
Cool.
really good
And-
against Atlanta earlier in the week, but then it kind of
Who
fell
was?
off
Sorry.
when Omaha, before you saw
Yeah.
them. Brooke Mosier had a really good game in that one, but didn't quite carry over to the time you saw
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Sorry, just want to call this out really quick. Did everyone clock Brooke Mosher's left-handed swings, attacks, when she's in the front row? It's okay if not. I did. And then do you know what else I realized? She serves righty.
Whoa.
Nice.
So she's a
See,
righty
maybe-
who trained her left arm swing for the purposes of attacking while she's front row. Like
We're,
a
You
la
go,
always,
girl.
Krasky.
we're always talking about ways to revolutionize volleyball. Name one. The first way, have all good players.
Yep.
The second way, just to become ambidextrous
Be able to
and
do it
just
all.
be like double windmilling your arms. And they'll never know which one you're actually going to hit with.
Totally. Okay, we figured out
That's
the,
the next.
ways
That's
to
the
win.
next way.
Yeah, I mean, this still feels like it could go any kind of way. But the fact
Yeah.
that I would have counted Grand Rapids out, but the fact that they have the easiest quote unquote schedule, you kind of never know.
Yeah, but having to jump over 2 of those Mojo, Valkyries, and Vibe seems hard.
Yeah.
It is hard, but it's not impossible.
True.
Nope. We will see.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we really jinxed Atlanta. I was like,
know.
they're getting hot, and then they lost twice.
Yeah.
And now they're only 3 games better than the Columbus Fury.
We got to use our powers for good only.
I know.
What's that mean?
It's like I think all the teams are going to be bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
then they'll be good.
Getting to be way more aggressive in our perspectives.
Yeah.
No. All right. Who do you want to talk about? Ian,
Well, we
who
saw-
stuck out to you?
Well, you saw was Emma Clothier
Yeah.
played for Indy. There were a
I
couple
like
like
her.
new names
Yeah.
that we saw get time this week. That was fun.
Yeah, I like Emma a lot. And here's how, so she's a really consistent server. She as a middle is like connecting with Mia pretty quickly. And when there were instances where they were a little bit out of system or there was potentially a ball where she needed really to like step in and set it, she did it very well. And I think that those 3 things are markers of like very experienced middles.
Yeah, it didn't like she didn't hit great that game, but she got a bunch of time, and like it doesn't getting someone in the swing of things and your team hit 357 anyway. So like what? It's the best of both worlds.
It's the intangibles.
Yeah.
What was her blocking like? Not
0 blocks.
0. Thank you.
I
I
don't
will
know
say
about
she
touches.
closed a lot. She closed a lot.
Yeah.
I like
That's
her.
good.
I thought it was
We'll
good.
see
Nice.
how that
I
develops.
didn't see the Zoe Weatherington performance
She was good. That was another one of the newbies.
on Orlando. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Orlando. Brittany's back,
How
played
is
the
she
whole game.
doing?
and she hit better than she's hit.
Yeah, like
Fine.
290. She had 16 kills.
What do you think? We think that it was like a foot injury.
That's what you told me.
That's what I told you.
So I don't know.
I just like, we never saw her go down at any point.
Yeah, it
But it
must have
seems
happened
to be remaining.
at practice. Yeah.
Yike.
Yeah.
It's still kind of, it's not good.
No,
I don't think she's jumping as high because she never gets blocked that much.
that's probably true. Well, I mean, you gotta like readjust back to your setter almost.
Right.
Well, and it's just like I don't know how bad like the actual incident has to be. Like it seems like the human foot is not super well designed. And if you're just large and jumping a lot, you can mess it up.
Mm.
Sure. It's already kind of like proverbially stretched out.
Yeah, and there's so many little pieces in there
Yeah.
getting messed up.
You bring
Yep.
up a good point about the pieces.
There's so many hundreds of pieces. But like she had the second most swings, so they didn't, they weren't going.
They didn't
It
care.
wasn't a
They
Mimi
said,
Collier 80 swing match or anything, but
okay,
she
Wild.
played a ton.
that's crazy to me.
It
It's
was at
really
70.
crazy.
I mean, it was a 5 set. I get that, but
But also they were losing. They were desperate. They're like, well, we just got to go with what we know.
76
And she's handled it,
swings.
right?
Yeah.
You guys, but here's the thing that I'm gonna say, and I'm preparing to jinx it for the
Oh,
better.
oh,
right?
no.
Uh-oh.
I think Dallas is gonna make the playoffs, and I think they're gonna lose royally in the semifinal.
What they're gonna
Because
right
they're-
now,
because they're
17.
so predictable.
Well, and they're just so one-dimensional right now.
Yeah. But
Now,
the thing is though, it's working.
See,
It
this
is
is just
working.
Nikki rooting for her new favorite team because it seems like Dallas is gonna have to play Omaha in the first round.
we have no idea who's going to play who in what round, Ian.
That's
The 3 and 4
2-3.
spots, the 3 and 4 spots are completely up for grabs.
Yeah, I could see that happening though.
I guess, I say it's working, but at a certain point you do look at like Sophia and Mimi's numbers, like they're probably going to start getting dug more. And it looks like they have.
Yeah, I mean, against Dallas, against Rise, I really, it's unfortunate a bit because I really don't want to say Maldonado Diaz every time. And I do want to say SMD, and I can't. We like
That's
acronyms
correct.
here.
You could just call her Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah.
It's still 3 syllables.
I know.
Okay. But okay.
That's very nice
sorry.
of you to not call her SMD.
Well, but I still could if I wanted to. Okay, so against Rise, she swung 51 times and she hit 176. She got blocked 7 times. I don't know. When 100 of the 144 attempts are going to your outsides, it just, to me, it can't persist.
Yeah.
They're
And
amazing.
they've been going to Kaylee Cox like I don't know, a lot, but like it's
Yeah.
still mostly
It's still
Mimi Collier
like
and
half of, yeah.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
5-setter she got like as much as Sofia Maldonado Diaz got,
Mm.
but that's like half as much as Mimi Collier had in the same
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the second game, they tried to get Carson Bacon,
Yeah.
right? Like
She's
they
been around the league for a few
Yeah.
years, but hasn't
yeah
played very much.
they were putting people out there. She didn't have a great game there, but Caitlin Horde, like it's a 5-set match. Caitlin Horde hit well, but she gets 11 swings. Like what?
Mhm.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
I am 76 attempts
It's
is
a lot.
blowing my mind.
It's pretty wild.
20 in the 4th set. 20.
What's happening? Is she okay? Can someone go check on her?
The thing is, they don't play for a week, so she's got time to rest.
And she's
Just
21
walking around with
or 2.
like
Yeah.
a baseball pitcher amount of ice strapped to her shoulder, walking around.
I mean,
For this
can
week.
we
Well,
do
doesn't need it
whatever,
yet.
whatever the equivalent is of baseball players preemptively getting Tommy John surgery? Like, can
Yeah.
someone do that? What is it like?
Go clean out her
Putting the
shoulder.
rotator
Rotator
cuff?
cuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like make sure that it's like extra strapped in. Because I'm so concerned.
I mean, if she does the right exercises, she should be fine.
So anyway, my hypothesis is that they're going to lose in
I
this
think-
first semifinal.
I think that's probably pretty accurate. But
All right. Well, we'll see if I jinxed it for the better for them.
yeah, I feel I'm gonna go as far as to say it'll be Indy and Omaha against each other.
Again. No, that was in the semifinals that they met.
Yeah,
I think Indy's winning it all, though, no matter who it is.
I think so.
It would be fun if it
certainly
was
looks
Indy
that way.
Dallas, I think.
It would be.
That would be crazy.
I like said that I think Dallas
Especially
is going to
Dallas
lose, but
at
I would
home.
love to see them in the final. Yeah,
Yeah.
at home. That's cool. Now, is everyone going to be up in arms about home court advantage?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. But I think it's fine. Thanks for listening to Court Captains, a volleyball podcast. Please give us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you like what you're hearing. Support small podcasts. And if you don't like what you're hearing, then please just go ahead and mind your business. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Court Captains Pod, and email us your questions or comments at courtcaptainspod@gmail.com.
And don't forget to be the captain of your own court.
Yes, indeed.
Have a good week. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.